All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Had an idea last night of something that I want to do. I still haven't made up my mind exactly where I want to do it. I was thinking about here in the hub city. And it's going to take a little bit of work, but I think it'd be a fun project to do. Don't know how it'll turn out. But just like the Snowfall base, I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. And it turned out well. Some zombies wandering around over there. Let's make our way over to the mini bike. So everything went well in the Horde. Hope you enjoyed that video yesterday. I know I enjoyed documenting that Horde. It's fun to take it on in this little tiny base over here. One thing I did not ever do was take on a Horde in the barbed wire bunker and document it as a base build video. You know, I had a couple other barbed wire builds that I did, and whoa, cop. And I did not, I documented those, but I don't know that I did a single player barbed wire base. So I thought about, because we're going to have some time here between now and when I can get this next base completed. Maybe doing another Horde over there and documenting it, you know, the 35 per wave and so forth and so on. So we'll see. We'll see where I go with the next Horde. Of course, it would be kind of fun to go over there as well and take on a Horde using the exploding crossbow bolts. And I hear a cop out there thumpity thumping. So kind of come in here and see what this thing looked like, this setup. Booyah! What's up now, Kappa? Oh, I'm bleeding out. Son of a gun. Come on over here, cop. We made it that whole Horde without bleeding out or getting infected. We had lots of good stuff on him. Oh, and here comes the dog. Here comes the dog. Gonna run towards him and timing. Oh, timing doesn't work if you run towards him. Timing works if you stand there and let him come to you. Let's get this cop's goodies. Let's get on the bike and ride. It's starting to get a little crazy over there. Boy, look at all the zombies. Goodness. Oh, I'm bleeding out again. Son of a gun. Now, you know what? I think I have yeah, I do have a bandage. Save those first aid kits. Have some antibiotics right here. Okay, well, looks like they're following behind. I was going to kind of scope out a new area. Most likely, I'm going to have to take down a building somewhere in the hub if this is where I decide to do it. I thought about going someplace else, you know, a different biome. I don't know that we've done anything in the desert. I try to stay away from the desert, especially now. There's no stone in the desert, so if a cop shoots, you know, does a spit, or if he explodes, or if there's a little hole that started, zombies can destroy that sand in one hit. And so I try to stay away from the desert. It's not a really preferred place for me to build a base. Let's take a look at this map. So our bunker's right there. I was going to stop and get some clay, but you know what? I think it's going to be a bad idea over here. I think we'd be better off driving off somewhere else and getting it. Let's take our let's take a run over here. Hopefully the settings, the mic settings, are okay. Tried something a little different for this particular episode. turned off the low cut so you could hear the bass in my voice a little better. We'll see how that works out. Listen back to it later on. Yeah, Old Crow was wanting me to do a water bass, but I'm a little hesitant to mess around with the water in Alpha 15 here until perhaps it's fixed a bit. Messed around with it at the beginning of Alpha 15, and I was not very happy with how it all worked out. Okay, so that must have been what you all were talking about with the cloth down there. One of those tents. Is that right? I think that's right. Let's just go over here and see what's here. I hear a little bump, bump, bump. Let's see if I can stop that bumping. Yeah, I may have to turn that low cut back on because, oh shoot, I can hear every time I move my hand just the slightest little bit. I hear the bump through the microphone. That could get annoying if you have a headset on or something, or coming through a subwoofer. Even more annoying. Did I get cloth with that? I sure did. Alright, well, I'll turn that low cut back on. Well, if we get all this cloth, then we won't need cloth for a while. Yeah, that was a good suggestion. Whoever that was, oh, look at you destroying my cloth. Don't you do that. They come over here to the tents, and am I out of gas? Son of a gun, Spartan. And get all the cloth from this. You know, I wish I would have known that beforehand. I don't know that I've ever destroyed a tent before. This might be a first time for old Grand Spartan here destroying a tent. But you're right. You know, you're getting 3 cloth per whack here on this this tent. Son of a gun. Spartan forgot to start his timer. Don't know how far we're in. I'm going to have to stop here in a little while and check time. I think we've been going for about 10 minutes, though, would be my guess. Shortened the episodes a little bit this past week or so. Haven't been going the full hour that we did before. Kind of all started when I started editing the videos a little bit with the fast forward through the mining parts and that sort of thing. So I'm not having to be as concerned with running over that hour mark and cutting me off. Of course, I use the standard YouTube editor, and that thing is it will only accept a video less than an hour. So if I go over an hour, then there's no, oh, look at a little duct tape to go along with that. If I go longer than an hour, I can't even upload it to or edit it with that video editor. It's kind of a silly thing. I have to cut the video in two and splice it back together. How much cloth are we up to? 80? It doesn't feel like a lot. Tell you what, this would go a whole lot faster. Let's bring our mini bike a little bit closer. Let's check these bodies too, just in case. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of lag here. Boy, I tell you what, I can't get that computer built fast enough. All right, let's do auger, reload. I know this is a little silly, but I'm going to take care of my cloth problem right now. If I were to ever need it again, I'll have it. I probably wouldn't even remembered about what one of you said about the cloth in the tents until I saw the tents, and I said, you know what, while we're here, let's go ahead and get that cloth. Seems like I always get cloth by just growing cotton, you know, and doing it that way and getting the levels as I'm leveling up. If I were to mess with the cotton, that's typically how I would get it. But this is enough to hold us over for a long time. 250, 250, 214, my goodness. If we use all of that cloth, then I will take a little bite of some blueberry pie, drink a beer to wash it down. That sounds like a pretty nasty combo, but in the old apocalypse here, you can't be picky. Well, I need to look for a place where I can set up a base. Didn't mean to make that rhyme. Let's see here. Taking a look at the map, it's a bunch of mountainous or hilly terrain around here. I'd kind of like to have a flat spot. Sort of wanted to do it in the hub city because, you know, there's that higher spawn and everything there. Let's take a look at the other hub city up here near the barbed wire base. Only drawback to that is we don't have any forges or anything close by. If we make it in either this town here or we make it in this hub city, we're close to our base. I don't know why I still call it the new base. I might be able to go over into the wasteland area. And we're facing kind of the same problem that we faced over if we went to the desert. It would be very squishy terrain that could get destroyed very easily. And we've not even explored anything down here. I don't even know what's down there. You know, I have no clue. There's a little POI right there. So I've not done a very good job of exploring. You know, if we zoom out. So all of this looks hilly. You can see it's all flat terrain along here. Maybe I go down to right there where it's all flat. Let's go check that area out. We need to go... Well, we need to go this way so we can just go straight back to the hub city. A little bit of lead above ground. I'm going to have to start mining again. I'll have to fast forward through all of that. But I need to go back over to the snow base, get some nitrate. Then I need to go get some coal. And while I'm at it, get iron as well. So that's going to be sometime here in the next few episodes, but I most likely will fast forward through those parts so you don't have to suffer through the entire duration of that mining, because if we did, we'd probably be here for a full episode just mining. So, yeah, sorry about kind of the slow start here, but I had this great idea, well, what I think might be a great idea, but you know, without finding a good location, and I don't want to make it too close to a hill like that. I've run into issues with that before, where the zombies couldn't even get to my base. But something like this, where it's kind of cleared out around it. The only drawback here would be water on one side. No? Yeah, okay, there is water. It's just a little further away. Maybe that wouldn't have much of an effect on us with the water here. we could easily clear this little building out of the way. You got that big giant apartment complex that's kind of blocking us off right there. Got a hill over this side. It's not really a preferred location for what I wanted to do. Let's see what it looks like up here. So I do a lot of this when I'm on the server, I'm on my own, and I'm looking for an ideal place. Sometimes I'll drive around for an hour. Oh, there's an airdrop. Just looking for an ideal place to make a base. All this hilly terrain. I can't get anything flat. That's one of my complaints about Alpha 15 is just not enough flat terrain. You know, it's really rare to come by some giant area that's flat, or not even all the way flat, but just sort of flat. It's hard to come by that. Let's see here, a little bag. Nothing to write home about there. Well, if I were going to create it, it would be nice to get in the center. Let's look at this open spot right here and see what that is. See what kind of open spot that might be. What might be in that open spot? Looks like it was right over here somewhere. I'm going to take a left. Boy, I'd be happy the day comes that we can open up a map while we're on the mini bike. Okay, so that's a pretty giant open area right there. All we'd have to do is clear out some general debris, cut down a few trees, and that would be a nice open spot. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is the place we want to start it. Let's look at my inventory here. We're going to go back over to the base. And we're going to drop a few things off. And then we could come back down here, and we're across town, but we're still in town. So it'll be close enough to those forges that we can keep them going. Keep the fires burning. So I need a nice open flat area to do what I'm thinking about doing. And like I said, I kind of enjoy being in the hub city with that higher spawn rate. A little more exciting during the build, and then certainly around Horde Day. A lot more action. Feels like we do, at least. It's that 10% increased spawn. Of course, it doesn't matter where you build your base. You're always going to get a, you know, whatever horde size it is that you have it set up on, 8 or 35 or 100 or whatever. And the mixture of zombies, all of that cotton. Boy, we almost don't need that cotton now. All the cloth that we just picked up. Look at that. Look at that. Almost a little over 800. So what else do we have in here? We need to sort away. We need to put you in here. We need to put this brass in here. Duct tape. Let's get these. Boy, we don't have any iron left. That's going to be main priority. Moving on out is getting the iron that we need. A lot of shotgun shells. And we'll stick those in there and those in there. Probably don't need our exploding crossbow bolts. Like, we still have 161 exploding crossbow bolts. We hardly use that thing. The base design, I know what I need to do next time we go to use something like that. I need to make the walls closer to, I'm sorry, further away from the actual pit, and that'll give me enough free room to back up I felt like I was so close to it this time. I was a little hesitant to use the exploding crossbow bolts too much, so I didn't want to blow myself up. I noticed the first one I shot, I took like 10 or 15 damage from it, and I was a little ways away from it. So, chainsaw. What did I do with the chainsaw? Did I stick it in here? I sure did. We're going to need that. So we're going to do a little cleanup here. A little construction cleanup. I could probably drop off these repair kits right here. Don't need more than one stack. Go ahead and drop off this. I kind of wanted to take some rebar. Gonna need gas. Gonna need to grab some gas. Always like to carry some wood, and I'll take the wrench along with me to scrap some cars if we have some cars that are in the way. There should be enough gas. Let's take a bite of some food, and then we'll go get to work clearing out this new area. Yeah, we're gonna need to make some jars. We're almost completely out of goldenrod tea. We can't be out of our goldenrod tea. Sand. 585 should be plenty. As a matter of fact, I think, yeah, we already had glass. How many glass jars could we make? 104. Well, that's not a lot. Let's go ahead and get this in there. And you know what? We'll put just a tiny bit more wood in there to keep that going. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to work and get this started. Should be a pretty neat base if it works out the way I had envisioned it. These little things hit me at the weirdest time. But the idea I had, well, it sounded good on paper. I've done something sort of similar to it before, but not really. To the right. Hey, now. Be hitting me, you be. You be hitting me. Come on over here. So we've successfully created 5 bases in this Let's Play. Pretty sure that's the accurate number. 5 bases we have covered since starting. We had our starter base that, you know, got us going. Then after that we moved over here to the hub, built that big free fall. And then we take a look here. Made our barbed wire defense. Made our snow base. Oh, Grand Spartan just made a boo-boo. It's a good thing I have a clear inventory, eh? I would be in a lot of trouble. Oh, and there's the horn. Oh, this is not good. Oh, it's really not good. Hello, Nurse Nancy. Boy, I don't think I can carry all this stuff. Son of a gun, Spartan. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to get out of this water. Maybe we're going to get out of this water. I'm going to go ahead and kill off whatever might be around us. Oh, there's a dog right there. Look at that dog. Does he see me? Does he see me? Oh, he does see me. That was a bad shot to try to run up on him. I don't do a very good job of running up on anything. Oh, oh, that's not good. Oh! You better reload, Spartan. There are many dogs and zombies coming for you. You can never sit. Oh, that's Feral. There's 2 Feral. Oh! Oh, there's another dog. Another Feral. You are no match for the AK-47. Well, that was kind of a turn of events there. We lose our mini bike in the pond. Here come more. And even more. This is kind of a dangerous place to hang out at nighttime. Had some Ferals in the mix there. Let's see if there were any sniper rifle parts. So that was 1 Feral right there, because there was a 44 Magnum. Maybe eventually we'll use, there's the other Feral. We'll use a 44. I don't know if we're going to have time before 16 drops to get to that point, but... Is that the moonlight coming out? So, since we're going to be over here for a while anyway, let's see. Let's make this. Let's do it like this. Oh my gosh, we're almost out of 7.62 ammo. I didn't realize that. We used a lot of 7.62 ammo on that horde. And now on this silliness over here. I might have to go back to using the crossbow again and trying to get that leveled up. Let's do a sword. Because that AK really does get us out of some hairy situations. Okay, so now we have the space. Let's jump back into the water. Grab our mini bike. There's a safe down there. Look at that. Nothing in it. Get on up there. Climb up the edge. Up the edge. Son of a gun. I have to make a little way out of here. Well, I certainly can't forget where this storage chest is located. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Probably won't be long, and I'll need to combine a few parts to get this up. We'll probably get a better chassis. I don't know if that'll make a difference on the bike or not, but let's throw this in there, and that, and that, and that. Go ahead and throw some of these items back in there. See if it'll hold all this stuff. Yeah, mini bike has plenty of storage. I have 4 slots left. Had more in there than I had imagined. We'll throw our bacon and eggs that we've been we've been carrying the bacon and eggs around since we got the mini bike. I don't know if they're much good now. Green eggs and ham. All right, so we're all situated there again. Now, I think right now I'm going to do a little bit of clearing, but I think next episode I need to go ahead and jump on that that mining, because I have run myself out of gunpowder, out of 7.62 ammo, and you know, as crazy as we like to get up in this hub city, it's going to take that AK-47 to survive, to do what we do, because I'd run around at nighttime. Well, that's a big hole to fill in there. Before I clear all this stuff out, let me think about this. I don't really know that I paid attention to how big that hole was. That's a lot of filling in to do what we need to do. Did we take everything out of this chest? Yeah, we did. Maybe we can find ourselves a better place that doesn't have... Is this the place we scouted out? No. It's over here. I don't know why I stopped here. Why did I stop here? Oh, it has no gas. Boy, this is one of those morning recordings here, and I'm still a little bit hazy, a little bit foggy. So there's our skate park. Maybe that was it. Well, I certainly don't want to build it this close to another base, because if they come from this direction, they're going to get all tangled up in that base. So maybe we just get out of this hub city, or I don't know, we find a better place. Well, that's a pretty cool looking little light there. That burning barrel looks nice. Is that a ferrule? Come on, guys and gals, follow me on around. Like the Pied Piper here, leading all the mice to their death. Leading them to my... Oh, I backed over a foot. Let's see where we're located. Over here. That's kind of a nice flat area, and we're still close to Hub City. Let's see what we can do with these zombies. Here come a couple more. That was a feral. Feral! Uh-huh. Oh, you didn't expect that, did you? I kind of didn't expect that either. Oh, right here by some water. That would limit the horde to a couple directions. I'd kind of like to get up on that mountain and see what's up there. You know, we've never been up that direction. We've kind of been around it, but never up top. We've also never been anywhere out this direction. So maybe before I start laying down blocks somewhere, we do a little bit more exploring. I know some of you enjoy the exploring. I really can't stand driving around exploring stuff myself, but in search of a good place for a new base, yeah, I'd be willing to explore a little bit. It'd certainly be better than just plopping down somewhere and not being satisfied with where we decide to build a base. Doesn't necessarily have to be located in the hub city. Would have been nice. That place that we looked at over here. That's where the watering hole is at. But then, you know, I don't think I realized how close we were to the skate park. Problem you run into if you build a base close to a skate park, or close to another base, is you're gonna have a zombie or a horde spawn from that direction, and they're gonna get all tangled up in that base on the way over to your new base. Plus, they can't spawn on player-made blocks, so that eliminates one portion of where they could spawn. And we're dealing with all these buildings. You know, it didn't really affect that last horde, but I have to imagine at some point it does have an effect on, you know, the zombies are going to get tangled up on a building or something, and we're going to see a half of what we normally see. That is a big open area out there. I kind of like that. Looking for flat land, flat land. I thought about tearing down a couple buildings in the hub city. Was the idea last night when I thought about the type of base I wanted to build, and I'd just fast forward through that, you know, 4 times speed with a little bit of music or something. But it'd be nice if we could find ourselves a piece of land that looks nice and clear and flat and soothing sounds of 4 a.m. So I apologize if it's been a little slow of an episode. Of course, you know, just like any TV show or whatever, last episode we had a pretty exciting horde. In this episode, we're trying to figure out the direction we're going to go in for the next, I'd probably say the next week or so to build this base. May not take quite that long to get it up and going, but certainly going to miss a day or two in game due to mining. Of course, you all won't know it because I'll just fast forward through it, but it's going to take a good little while to mine up all the iron that I need. Where am I at exactly on the map here? Okay, so we're across the way from this Hub City base. Maybe we could build ourselves a bridge that goes across the water or something right there if we were to. That is another problem with the water, is that eliminates one direction that the horde could potentially come from, and we don't want that. You know, we don't want to build right on the edge of the water, because then they're limited to the other 3 directions. But I tell you what, we'll go ahead and call it for today. I'm going to drive around a little bit more on my own here. That kind of looks good over here. But I'm going to try to find a decent location. I won't do any building until I start the episode back up for tomorrow's episode. I'll wait on you all to get anything built. But I do want to find a good location. I do want to find some place that's going to be right for us to build this type of base, because this space will be a little bit more creative than some of the others, maybe. Maybe not as large as the snow base, but some creative ideas going to go into it. It's going to be a little different than any we've tried to take on so far. I want to make sure I do it right, have a good location to plop it down and build it up and test the horde out on. It's always nice to have a good backdrop, but also to have a nice flat piece of land to build it on. It's a little disappointing, you know, it's just not flat anywhere around here. It's all hilly and only flat areas like out in the water. And I guess we could take some of that water and fill it in, but then we're going back to the same thing I tried to just avoid by filling in holes. I don't mind tearing down, but filling back in, ugh. I've had my fill of that. But this is a pretty nice little area out here. I wouldn't have to do any clearing. We're still by the hub city. You know, maybe this is where we settle. I could just cut the trees down, take the boulders out of the way, and then we're pretty open from all directions for a horde to hit us. Maybe that's what we do. I don't know why I'm playing Ring Around the Rosie with the zombies here, but it just seemed like the right thing to do at the time. Looks like we're going to get a little following here, too. Everybody wants to play the game, except for this guy. Too bad for him. Oh, Kappa. Wow. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, he's hitting his own people. How dirty of you, Kappa. Nice. Keep getting guarded by his minions here. Don't you hit my mini bike. Oh, that was fun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a bit of a sort of, oh, I'm bleeding again. Sort of a bit of a scouting episode. I don't know what you'd call it, you know, but we didn't get a whole lot accomplished in this episode like I had hoped. I would just start it up and start plopping stuff down and building bases and all of that. But I want to make sure I get the right spot for this particular base. And just could not seem to find it in the episode without having to take some buildings down. But I think it would make the most sense if I would just come right over here to this opening and maybe build something over here. It would be a minimal amount of prep time. You know what? I better take that with me, because it is a snow area right here. If I were to build right here in the snowy area. It's kind of cool looking, though. You know, I like that. Hub City, snowing. But when we come back, I think I have everything I need on me to clear this place out. And clear out the boulders and the trees and birds and the bees. And we'll get started on that. And then after I get a nice little flat piece of land, we'll go ahead and start mining. And I'll fast forward that, so you're only going to be looking at like 5 minutes here or there with some music. I'll try to find some appropriate music for the mining. But I'll go over to the snow biome, the snowfall base for nitrate, so I have that honey hole over there. And I'll go over to the plains biome for the coal. And we'll get plenty of iron and coal and nitrate all while we're doing that. Get us set up for the next horde, because we're going to need that. We're going to need you know, plenty of gunpowder for the next horde, wherever we may be going to take it on at. But thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, for your support, comments, your thumbs up or down. And have yourselves a good day, good evening, and I will see you all tomorrow.